understand something here. Please, somebody help me understand how we assess boxers, how we assess matchups, or everything else in the sport of boxing. I don't know. I don't know what's credible. I don't know what's worth to look at. I don't know if is accomplishments, is it belts, is resume irrelevant in boxing? Because that's what it seems to me. That's what it seems to me in boxing. Accomplishments, resume, and belts do not matter in boxing. Especially when it comes to Errol Spence being the number one welterweight of the world. If Errol Spence is the number one welterweight in the world, then that means resume, accomplishments, and belts do not mean nothing in boxing. And of course, when we're talking about Errol Spence, of course, which are the names that we're going to bring up? Bud, and it's going, of course, Keith Thurman, the most hated boxer in boxing. And I don't want this to come off, oh man, like, yo, you hating on Errol Spence, like, yo, for real, man. Yeah, shut up. I just want you fools to understand something. You casual boxing fans, your media outlet, your independent media outlet that loves to praise and put this guy number one. It's not about discrediting Errol Spence. It's about giving Errol Spence extra credit. Why are you giving this guy extra credit, guys? I don't understand it. I don't understand how people see boxing. I don't, not today. I don't understand it. Because I go by the work to just do what you have accomplished, how long you've been on the top, resume, belts. Now, let me humble your mind. For the people that's going to think that oh man, he's hating, oh man, this guy, what he's talking about, man, he's bullish, man, what the hell he's talking about, man. Let me humble your mind and probably let me put it in a way where you can understand in your everyday life. Now, let's say, for example, school, job, career, whatever you're doing in life, and you're dealing with other people, different contemporaries, different employees or whatever, classmates, whatever, teammates, and your respective sports. Let's say you accomplished more than this person. Let's say your resume is way better. Let's say you have won more championship. Let's say you have more experience. Let's say you have been there longer on the top. Been doing your thing for a long time. Do you think it's fair for a person that has accomplished less than you, a person that has that doesn't have a resume like yours, a person that doesn't have the experience like you, the person that hasn't won as much as you, be ahead of you? Let's just think about that for a second. I'm not talking about no Errol Spence. I'm talking about Keith Thurman. I'm talking about you, the person that's listening right now. You, I want you to give me the answer. How would you like it if it's just about me and you, right? And you have done more than me. You have more experience than me. Your resume is better than mine. You have more chips than I do. You've been here longer, busting your ass longer, have more accomplishments. But they say, I'm the guy, I'm the best, I'm number one. How would you feel? That's how I see Errol Spence and Keith Thurman. That's how I see it. And that's how you should see it too. It's not taking nothing away from Errol Spence. The thing is, when you do put Errol Spence number one, you're actually taking away from all the things that Keith Thurman has done. And you know what that tells me? Is that if y'all could treat Keith Thurman like that, soon y'all would treat Errol Spence like that. There is no standard in the way boxing fans look at boxing. Because I always go into that interview when Max Kellerman was talking, and he was talking to all these media outlets, all of y'all. I don't know which one was there, but I know it was a lot of y'all. And Max Kellerman said, who you think will win? Boom, boom, boom. And all of y'all said Spence. Now, I'm going to ask you a good question, please, and be real for the other people that feel the same. What has Errol Spence done for you to think that he could beat Keith Thurman? I'm not saying that he can't. But what has he done that you think that Errol Spence is better than Keith Thurman? What has Errol Spence done that has keep Errol Spence in your book the number one welterweight of the world? Truthfully, humbly, answer that question for me. I want to read. I want to know. Because it just doesn't make no sense. Because if this is the way it's going to be, then you know what? Belts are irrelevant in boxing. Accomplishments is irrelevant in boxing. There's no structure in boxing. There is no type of legacy to build in boxing if this is the way it's going to be. If people's going to be actually going to just jump other people ahead of the other person that has accomplished more and has done more and won chips more and unified more, if the other person is just going to be placed number one just because he's likable, then I understand why Keith Thurman moves the way he moves. And you know what? That's the way it should be. That's the way it should be. The way the NBA players move. They don't care about competing anymore. They just want to play in the same team. Same thing with boxing now. If Keith Thurman, if I was Keith Thurman, if it was me, you know what? I'll give him my WBA belt. Not because I want to and I don't want to fight the other fighter or whatever, or that dumb stuff that people believe. No. Because if my belts don't mean nothing and it don't mean nothing to the people, because of course it's for the people as well. Keith Thurman said that he was the people's champ before, but you know what? If the people feel like another person should be number one and you have accomplished it more, you have a better resume, but you know what? Then I don't need to play the game. Hey, how about this? I'll drop my belt, give y'all what y'all want. Because of course, a lot of people just talking about Bud Crawford and Errol Spence. Keep my name out of the mouth, just like I keep Khan's name out, They don't put them up there. Just like I keep other fighters up there. You know what? You know what I'll do? I'll fight for money. And then take my name out of the equation, and y'all could just pump the Bud Crawford and Errol Spence. Since he's number one, keep my name out of mouth. Since I ain't nothing, keep my name out your mouth. Let Errol Spence be number one. Here's the bell. I'll vacate the bell. Y'all can fight for it. And I'll fight Manny Pacquiao. I'll fight for money. Forget about the legacy. That's why boxers, they start caring less about the legacy. It's just not them. It's the dumbass fans and the media that's going to tell the story. It's going to give it a storyline. That's why these fighters look. And I'm gonna do a video with Tyson Fury's move. But it's because it's not about legacy no more. Y'all fans make it about, y'all fans need to assess these boxers and I'm talking about the hardcore, I'm talking about the media outlets, because y'all the one that puts boxing out there. Y'all the one that keep boxing alive as well. As much as the fighter does it, your coverage keeps boxing alive. But the way y'all covering boxing is totally wrong when it comes to other boxers. You have to put the person that has accomplished more, that has chips, you have to put him number one until he's beaten. So when the other guy, the guy up next does fight him, or the number two guy does fight number one, or the number three fights number two, or the three that fights number one, that's how you become the number one. You have to beat the number one. If you have a better resume, if you have unified more, if you are undefeated champion, you should be number one. And everybody should consider that number one, because if Errol Spence does fight Keith Thurman and he beats Keith Thurman, then he gets all the credit in the world. But the way y'all looking at it is going to be like, oh, we all knew he's going to beat Keith Thurman, and he got to fight somebody else because we all know that's not accomplishing nothing. You know what I'm saying? Y'all all going to be wanting more. And that's what happened when the fights don't fight the best. Yes, I understand why people, get turned off of Keith Thurman, but also you got to understand the sport of boxing. You got to understand the business as well. And you got to understand he's telling you why he needs to fight Errol Spence with 3 belts. He's telling you why. It relates to the things that I'm talking about. Because if he fights Errol Spence just with 1 belt, and then there's another belt out there, is Bud Crawford, then the narrative changes that, Bud Crawford is the number 1 guy to beat. Because then with Errol Spence, if Keith Thurman beats Errol Spence and just get the IBF and just unify, guess what? There's another belt. What's that belt? The WBO. And that's what Keith Thurman, and of course PBC, they don't want that narrative to be they don't want Bud to be the number 1 welterweight. They don't want that narrative. So Errol Spence or somebody else got to take out Bud before the number 1 and number 2, Errol Spence and Keith Thurman, they could fight. Because then there is no doubt who's the number 1. But since Bud Crawford's number 1 welterweight, and whoever he beat, Jeff Horn, if that keeps y'all and keeps Keith Thurman number 3, or he's not the fight that y'all want to see, or is that's not the number 1 and number 2? You know what? If I was Keith Thurman, man, I'll give him my belt. I give y'all the favor. Just like I did the WBC. Y'all was talking ish. Y'all was saying I was hostage. Look, I told you I was going to be back. Now y'all wish that I still had the number 2. I still was unified. Because let's be perfectly honest. Ain't nobody talking about no Sean Porter. Let's be perfectly honest. Because Keith Thurman already took him out. Took out Daniel Swift Garcia at the equation. See, Keith Thurman is trying to clean out. You let me know who else is trying to clean out. I don't want to hear no BS. Oh, but Mikey's the only one that really want to fight Errol Spence. No. The same thing Mikey did, Errol Spence could have done. That's why Mikey's getting a lot of credit. So I don't know why you still giving this guy so much extra credit. Like, no. Oh, he ain't getting no fight because that Mikey's the only fight that he could have had. No. Y'all forget that Ugas fought 2 eliminators again, and he was in the IBF round. He needed that fight with Errol Spence. Errol Spence ain't giving a shot. He didn't say, yo, I'm going to fight Ugas. Cotto in his finale wanted to fight Errol Spence. We all know that. Oh, no, I ain't going to fight no more. I'm not going to fight with Golden Boy. Andrade called him out. He said he'll fight you 154. I'm not really a big middleweight. Andrade was willing to fight Errol Spence. Errol Spence can move one weight class. Has called out Errol Spence. Why ain't nobody pushing Errol Spence? If he's that guy, why nobody's pushing him up to move? Even Floyd Mayweather said, I got a video doing that. Him saying that. But no.